Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool card. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but I am participating in an awesome, super duper awesome Coffee Lovers blog hop. So if you did not see the original post, make sure you check out my blog, and I will make sure there is a link on this post, and you can also go to the previous post as well. But the cool thing about that is it's all about coffee and tea and cocoa, whatever your happiness makes you. Is there such a thing? Happiness makes you? Whatever your drink makes you happy, I think is really what I meant, but that's okay. So at any rate, so make sure you check that out. Like I said, I'll put a link here, but I'm going to make something that is part of this. It's a summer Coffee Lovers blog hop, and to me, when I think of summer, I think of fathers, because Father's Day. And so I made a Father's Day card. With that, I'm going to show you what you need first so that you have all your supplies. And if you need to, if you don't already have our stamp sets, be sure to make sure you go to www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com, and you can purchase them there. Make sure you use the coupon. There is a coupon for 20% off your entire order. Make sure you check out the blog post. It will have the coupon code in there for you. So with that, what you're going to need is you're going to need a stamp block. We have BL3 and YL2 chameleon pens. We have our Memento black ink. We have scissors to cut our twine. We have our twine. We have a Sizzix embossing folder, and we also have our card base, our mat for our card, another mat for our card, and we also have this mat for our sentiment. So that is what we have, and of course we have our fantabulous Sign Language Alphabet stamp set, which is one of our favorites, bestsellers, and all that other great stuff. So we have this one, and then we also have our fantabulous, sorry, I'm trying to make sure that there's no shadow. There we go. Our Coffee, Tea, and Wine, oh my. Yes, this is another favorite because it pretty much covers the gamut of coffee, tea, and wine, and it does save lives. I totally agree. So we have that there. And then we have this fantabulous, awesome stamp set, and this is called Photo Booth Fun, and you can use this for those awesome selfies, or when you do photo booth pictures. See, we always make sure I make at least 2 or 3 mistakes, so we're at 1 right now. I promise you there'll be more than 1. If I say that, maybe there won't be, but I doubt it. Anyway, so we have this awesome stamp set, and again, remember, it's 20% off until I believe it's the 5th. We have that coupon going, so make sure you buy them now. We have this awesome stamp set that covers pretty much anything you'd like to say, silly stuff, especially for say your journals or your planners, or if you have a little bougie that you like to write in. It's kind of cool. You can write and put in your little stamps and all that great stuff. So we've got that one, and of course we have this one, which is our Coffee is Our Liquid Therapy, and it really is. So sometimes coffee is what you need, and if you don't have it, others will not survive. So that is my suggestion, is to create something coffee-like. If you do, you can participate in this blog hop, and you can win lots of prizes. You can create yourself or just admire all the creations that are there. So that's what I want to tell you today, and now I'm going to show you how to make the creation I made. It probably would help if I showed you what it was. Now, I think that this is very summer colored, festive, bright, because you know how I roll. I like to do bright, clean, simple, fun, easy, and cool, right? I think that pretty much covers what I like to do. And this, my friends, is what I made. This is our awesome card, and we have different stamps from different sets, and we combine those, and that's why we used 4 stamp sets. Now, I actually am changing up the creation because I like to torture myself and to torture you guys. For the letters here, you'll see I actually used the Everyday Alphabet uppercase and emoticon stamp set. That's what I used for this creation. I'm going to make it with the sign language letters because I thought that was really cool too. So you can do either or. Totally up to you. I'm going to show you how to do it with the sign language. I use the other ones. It's really up to you. It's all design preference, and as far as I'm concerned, I think they both look rockin' cool. So what do you think? I'd love to hear what you think about that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start and creak my little chair, because we like to have that cute little chair creak. Even when I buy a new one, it creaks. Seriously, that happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and first I'd like to find the other clear platform. I don't know where it is. Why would I need that? Oh, I don't know. It might be helpful. Oh, there it is. It was trying to run away. No such luck for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color paper right here. This is the card base, the mat. This is the mat that we're going to put on top of our actual card. And we're going to go ahead and take our awesome little embossing folder. See it? I'm just going to place that paper in here. You can do it in this way, or you can do it this way, whichever you prefer. I think I'm going to do it this way. Why not? Let's try to kind of line it up a little bit in the middle-ish. Can't be perfect because, you know, things don't necessarily work that way, but we'll try to do as best we can. So we've got it lined up. We're going to close that up. We're going to put it right on top of our clear platform, and then our clear platform goes right on top of that. Try to say that 3 times fast. And then we're going to just roll that right through the manual die cut. Oh, maybe we're not. Maybe we're only going to do it halfway. Let's try this again, because I don't think it wants to work for me. It's just one of those days, people. See, we try to make it happen, but sometimes it just doesn't want to. So I'm going to make it happen whether it likes it or not. There we go. Let's try it again. So we're just going to roll this beauty right through our manual die cut machine, like so. Sorry about the little wiggle, but that happens. And then we're going to pull our paper out. And this is the awesome embossing texture we get. Isn't that cool? I just think it looks great. Love it. So we're going to put that there. We're going to set this beauty machine aside because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to put the embossing folder over here because that's where I like to keep them. Then, so we have that part done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take our card and take some adhesive and just place that on there. So that part is done. You know, last time I did it with the embossing part out. I think I'm going to do this with a flat part, so it almost looks like a wallboard. I'm not sure if that's, there's some kind of word for it, and I can't think of it right now, so I'm sure you're probably shouting right now with the camera going, I know what it is! But wainscoting maybe? That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. So we're just going to put this right here on the card like so. It looks pretty good to me. So we'll just place that down so we're ready for the next part. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our stamps. And like I said, we need a few sets here. So we're going to start off with the Coffee is My Liquid Therapy. And we're going to stamp our little coffee cup first. So we need the coffee cup. I'm going to place that little stamp on here. We're going to ink our coffee cup like so. And we're going to place it on the bottom like this. Looks good. I'm going to clean that off. And then we're going to put that back on. Next, we're going to get our sign language alphabet. And we're going to do DAD for Dad. And instead of lining them all up at the same time, I feel like it got done a little bit better if I just squished them, if I just squished them together a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to ink this D like so. And I'm just going to put that right at the edge right here. And I'm going to ink this D right here and put that right at the edge on the other side. Looks good to me. I love these sign language stamps. They're fantastic. Sign language is a very, very, very important part of my life. Both of my grandparents, my paternal grandparents were deaf, and my brother is deaf. And my niece is actually in town for my awesome youngest baby boy's graduation, and so I'm really excited. I'm hoping we're going to be able to go to our sign language group that meets on Tuesdays, and introduce her to some of my friends that we practice sign language with. So it's really cool. My brother actually came out with his wife and my niece, it's about 2 years ago, I believe. And my sign language was awful. It's just, I mean, I've known it since I was, little, 3, 4, or something like that. And because that's what we used to speak to my brother. And the thing that was sad was I was really rusty when he was here. So I got in contact with some friends, and they said, hey, let's do this, and here we are. So this is pretty exciting. I like to do that. So we got the dad part done. I did the A, by the way, while I was talking. Sorry. So now I'm going to just pull out the hat from the Photo Booth Fun stamp set. Yes, let's try to say that 3 times fast. I don't know if we could do that. I don't think I want to try. But next we will just put this beauty right on here. So we're going to take our ink again, our black ink. And when we have solid images like this, usually what I like to do is just kind of squish them around like this, just kind of rub them, and then I'll pat them. And when I pat them, I make sure that the ink gets on there okay. Looks good. I'll do this again. I've showed this before, and I think I'll show it again probably with this one, but if you want just like a little dotted kind of look, here, let me show you with this one. You can see that there's a few little dots in there that may not come out perfect. That's just the nature of the beast. But I think I'm going to try something different, and I've showed you guys this before on a different creation. I'm not sure which one it was. Whoa, that's a noise. I don't want to do it again. I'm basically sliding it across like this. And do you see that? Isn't that a cool texture? That's what I'm going to do for this little cutie here. So we're going to do that like so. Kind of makes me look like, it kind of makes me feel like it's a linen hat. It's really kind of neat how that came out. So I'll show you that in a second. Let me clean up my stamp. Right here. Isn't that neat how that came out? I love how that came out. That's really cool. So that's just a little tip that you can do if you want to make a little bit, something a little bit different that you may not normally do. I am wiping my fingers off so I don't get black all over my creation because I got a little ink on myself. But yeah, I think that looked really cute. I like the way that came out. So in the meantime, we need to pull out our other stamp set, which is our Coffee, Tea, and Wine Oh My. And what we need is we need the sentiment from that. And that is A Perfect Day Starts With. And then it will have Dad on there. I love the way that worked. So I'm going to put this over here. And here is the sentiment, like so. So we have that ready to go, and I'm just going to ink that beauty up like this. And then I'm going to center that right above there. Looks good to me. Sometimes you'll stamp and you'll get some, image on there and it just doesn't look perfect. Like this cup is perfectly straight as I'd like it, but nothing is perfect. So we just have to kind of move on, don't we? Yes, that's what I'm telling myself. I'm moving on. But the cool thing about the clear stamps is that you can line yourself up and make sure that you are straight, or line it up and make sure you are straight, and make sure that you are able to get that where you want it. So I think that came out pretty good. I'm just putting all my little stamps away. I try to do that so I don't lose them, and so I can make sure they're clean when I use them next time. I try to clean them before I put them away. So that's what I'm doing. Normally I don't do creation with 4 different stamp sets, but I thought, wow, I think this will really work. And it did! Yay! At least I like it. I hope you do too. I'd love to hear what you think. So, with that, we're going to put this aside. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit because I want to finish off the back part of this card. It should be fine, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that this paper lines up okay with this, and it does. It looks good. And what we're going to do is put that aside. We'll just put some adhesive on this one. Okay. Just put adhesive on the back like this. And we'll adhere that to the back paper right there. That's the matte paper. Try to center that a little bit low is what we're going to do, just a little bit, because we don't want it right in the center. So that's what we're going to do, like this. Looks good. Okay, and then we're going to take this we're going to take this beauty, and I'm trying to think if I should just maybe trim it just a little bit. Maybe a little bit off the top. I think I'm going to do that. So I have a number of different trimmers. I personally really like the Stampin' Up! Trimmer for just everyday quick trimmings. It works great and I love it. So that's what I'm going to be doing right here. It comes with a cutting blade and scoring blade. And I love it, so that is why I like it and have it and use it all the time. So I'm just going to cut off just a little bit because I think it'll give us some more room for the twine on the bottom. And let's set that aside. So now what we're going to do is just look and see what that looks like. Yep, I think that's better. That'll work better. Okay, so we have this right here. We're just going to place some adhesive on the back, like so. And then I'm just going to place it way up to the top here, like so. Okay, like that. And now we're going to just take our twine. I have this little piece right here. I'm trying to think if this will work. It should. If not, I have another piece cut already. I should be good. So we have 1, 2, nope, it shouldn't. It's too short. So let's take the long one I took. Always got to be prepared just in case. So we're going to take this like this. We're going to go 1, 2, and then 3, and then we need our scissors. And we're just going to trim a little bit like that. Yeah, that was a super long string, huh? And then I'm just going to take this, I'm going to tie a knot. I'm not going to tie a bow. I think a bow is fine, but I think a knot would be better for this. And it might even be a little bit more masculine, I guess. I think anyway, for this creation, and a little bit more plain and not to take away from the image. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that like so. I think that looks cute. And fix that a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I like that better. So now what I'm going to do is, if you notice here, I added a little bit of color. I thought it needed just a little bit of color. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and color the hat part blue. So I'm just going to fill in that little clear line or blank line there and just fill it in so it matches the blue. And this is me using the chameleon pen, of course. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to fill in the letter, the sign language letter, with the blue. You can see how fast I'm doing this. I'm just barely touching it and just coloring it in. That's the other thing that I love about the sign language stamps we have here. You can color them in, and you can make them match any theme that you're doing with whatever color card or cardstock you're using, and it just makes it really simple. I have somebody that makes amazing, she's an amazing pen pal, and she makes some awesome letters and envelopes and things with the sign language stamps, and she really makes my products look fantastic. And I have to say that I am just honored that she loves to use them, and honored that she is so encouraged and so inspired creatively, and her creativity is unbelievable. So what I'm going to do is just going to color around it just a little bit with the yellow, just to make those letters pop just a little bit. Now you could use watercolor if you wanted to. You could use a whole bunch of different things if you wanted to. I know you could use alcohol markers like these are. You can use just regular Crayola markers. People do amazing things with that. But there's a lot of different things you can do. But I wanted to make sure that you could check this out and see what you thought as far as this creation. And of course, it's Father's Day, so who doesn't love a little cup of coffee for their dad, right? So I'm going to just color this in just a little bit more so it's a little bit more bold. Looking for it to match the color of the paper a little bit more. And with these markers, the alcohol markers, you can kind of layer and add just a little bit more depth of color. And it really comes out neat. So, and I thought also it'd be even more appropriate, being that unfortunately my father is not with us. He passed away. But his parents spoke sign language, and I thought that'd be kind of cool that a perfect day starts with Dad. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury, but make sure that those that have their fathers in their lives, make sure that you enjoy that, embrace that, encourage the relationship, and make sure that you give them a big ol' hug for me. Then we have this right here. We're just going to put this right on like so, right there. Now I like the way that looks. What do you think? I hope you like it too. Here we go. How about that? Well, I really hope, super duper hope, that you enjoyed this creation today. I hope that you really enjoyed the fact that we are trying to do something a little bit outside of the box, something different. And I hope that you enjoy our stamps. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our blog, and you will be entered in to win our giveaways, and we have a number of them. We have one every week, so make sure you check them out. And yeah, we have some really great stamp sets, as you can see. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you enjoyed going on a creative journey with Melissa. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.